Hello, fans and frenemies! Nate Drakenator here. The other day I was chatting with my friends about a Warriors character who I think was really terrible, but gets completely ignored when people talk about jerk characters, and I thought it would be a super fun little video to share my top 10 Warriors characters who should have gone to the Dark Forest. First, I'm only including characters who are already dead, so Sleek Whisker won't be here. I'm also obviously not including anyone who actually did go to the Dark Forest, like Tigerstar or Brokenstar. Also, no one from Dawn of the Clans, because I haven't read those books. But from what I've heard, Clear Sky definitely deserves to be on here. I don't know. I haven't read those. But, probably. Remember, these are just my opinions, and if you disagree with me, that's okay. Let's get right on into it. Number 10. Ashfur. Let's go ahead and just get him out of the way right now. I would say that Ashfur is like the number one character who deserved to go to the Dark Forest, but if I made him number one on this list, that would be really anticlimactic, because we all know that. Ashfur was like the worst. Not only did he try to kill 3 children because their mom broke up with him years ago, but he helped a River Clan warrior kill his leader. In case you forgot or missed it, when Hawkfrost lured Firestar into the fox trap, he had help from someone in ThunderClan, and that someone was Ashfur. Hawkfrost went to the Dark Forest, but the weird thing is, despite him being a real jerk, Hawkfrost never actually killed anyone. The only person whose death he can be credited with is Firestar, who did lose a life to the fox trap, but, according to Leafpool and Leafpool's wish, Firestar didn't actually lose a life until the following morning, which means that when Hawkfrost died and was sent to the Dark Forest, it was before Firestar died, which meant he had never taken a life when he was, judged and sent to the Dark Forest, I guess. But when Ashfur died, he had. So, it was the same person. They have done the exact same thing. They both took the same life from Firestar, but only, one of them had done it when they got sent, when they actually died, and Hawkfrost went to the Dark Forest and Ashfur hadn't, even though it's kind of the same crime. It's weird to me. I don't get it. Anyway, Ashfur deserves to go to the Dark Forest. Number 9. Hawkheart. But Nate, you say, sure, Hawkheart killed Moonflower, but he had a good reason. Moonflower destroyed their medicine stores, which could have destroyed WindClan. He was totally justified. And to that I say, yes, you are completely right. He was totally justified. However, this list is characters that should have gone to the Dark Forest, not deserved to. And Hawkheart never did anything that we saw to deserve it, but according to Warriors Wiki, one of the Aarons said in an interview that they imagined he went to the Dark Forest when he died. Though they've clearly missourced this, as I can't find any mention of that in the source they credit that with. And whether it's true or not, what a fun idea. An evil medicine cat? I'd love to read a story about that. In Bluestar's Prophecy, we're told Hawkheart was a warrior before he was a medicine cat, but then in Goosefeather's Curse we see him training as an apprentice with the paw suffix. What if he was training as a medicine cat apprentice, but then his mentor, Chiveclaw, saw something dark in him, and fired him from being his apprentice, and made him a warrior again? Maybe Hawkheart did train as a warrior after that, but he was so incensed about the situation that he secretly killed Chiveclaw, maybe by poisoning him or something? And then, with WindClan without a medicine cat, they made Hawkheart the full medicine cat. I don't know, that's just off the top of my head, but we've never really seen an evil medicine cat before, and I think that it would be super cool if Hawkheart had been that character. Hey, Harper Collins, hit me up if you want a novella written. I take PayPal. Number 8. Raggedstar. This dude was a jerk. He was horrible to Yellowfang, and he encouraged all of Broken Tail's violence and anger. He was a bad dude. And for some reason, when Blackstar loses faith in StarClan, and then the Power of 3 clan kids fake that sign, Raggedstar and Running Nose appear to him. And I'm like, what? What about Nightstar? Sure, he wasn't leader long, and he never got any lives, but Nightstar choosing to do what was right for his clan, even though it was against StarClan's will, telling Blackstar that going against StarClan now was not the best for them, would have been really powerful, and I think that was a major missed opportunity. Also, Raggedstar is stinky. Number 7. Rainflower. She might not have killed anyone, but she was heavily abusive to her son. She never hit him, but she didn't have to. She left Crookedstar with so many emotional scars that he never recovered from them. Rainflower was a bad person, a really bad person, and she didn't deserve to rest in StarClan. I also really want to just mention that the Dark Forest originally was endless forest with no stars and no prey. Cats would walk endlessly in the darkness, alone with their thoughts, forced to face what sent them there. It's more like purgatory than hell. And it wasn't until later that it shifted to, like, all the Dark Forest cats hang out and train to murder for fun. I like the first version better, and I also like the idea that maybe if a cat walks in the Dark Forest for long enough that they truly feel genuinely sorry for what they did, they might be allowed to enter StarClan. But Rainflower isolated and abused her son, and she deserves to walk in the endless night for that. Number 6. Duskstar. Also known as the Sky Clan Darkstar. There's 3 cats named Darkstar, and 2 are in River-Clan, but I think they actually wanted to retcon his name. His name was Darkstar in Code of the Clans, but they wrote Cloudstar's Journey, and he was called Duskstar the whole time. Blech. I don't think that this was a mistake. I think they actually wanted to retcon his name, but it's weird that I've, never seen any of the authors tweet, yeah, we thought it was silly, there was 3 or something. I don't know what's going on there, but Duskstar was an old Sky Clan leader a few generations before Cloudstar, and he is the one that made it part of the Warrior Code that a leader's word is law. Because at a gathering, he gave away a huge chunk of territory to ThunderClan, and his deputy was like, "Holy cow, dude, are you sure?" And Duskstar immediately was yelling at him "Arg, how dare you talk back to your leader at a gathering? I'm now making it law forever that a leader's word is law." And this was a terrible decision. Leaders' decisions should be questioned. Duskstar essentially made questioning the government illegal. That's terrible. That's not a morally good action. Number 5. Appledusk. Man, screw Appledusk. Cheating on Reedshine with Mapleshade was disgusting, and personally, I say cheaters burn. But beyond that, Mapleshade gets pulled out of the river. She's unconscious, and she wakes up to find her kids dead, and they bring her back to camp, and what does he do? He immediately tells his leader and everyone else in his clan that he never loved her, she was a mistake, he didn't care about her or his kits, in front of the bodies of his children he tells everyone this. That's horrible! Not only this, but before that he was fighting with ThunderClan over Sunning Rocks and Birchface fell in. Then Flowerpaw jumped in after Birchface. And both of them died! And Appledusk feels nothing about this. He even calls Flowerpaw stupid, I think, if I remember correctly, for trying to save Birchface. When Greystripe was fighting with RiverClan and Whiteclaw accidentally went over the side and drowned, Greystripe felt guilty, he felt bad, but Appledusk doesn't care that his actions directly led to 2 people's deaths, even if it was an accident. He is a bad dude. Number 4. Darkstar. The second RiverClan Darkstar. Oh my god. Okay, I tried not to get into it too much with Appledusk's part because I really wanted to make sure Darkstar had her own section, but imagine this. You're Darkstar, the leader of RiverClan. It's the middle of the night. Your deputy wakes you up and says something terrible has happened and they don't know the details. You come out and find a ThunderClan warrior, Mapleshade, dripping wet and being led by your own warriors, and 3 dead kits on the ground. You find out that one of your warriors has been fooling around with her in ThunderClan, and he's the father of the kits that have just died. He says he doesn't care about them or his ThunderClan ex, he only cares about his wife in RiverClan. Mapleshade clearly did not know about this because she's shocked and horrified. So one of your warriors used this poor woman, who just had her 3 children die after being exiled for this. What do? I mean, God, I hope not what Darkstar did, which was to banish this poor half-drowned grieving woman, excuse your lying, disloyal scumbag warrior, and bury her 3 dead children in the mud without a vigil. She even explicitly says to bury them away from their own dead. Like they don't deserve to be buried near RiverClan warriors. How does she not go to the Dark Forest for this? If she had not done this, Mapleshade never would have become a serial killer. Listen, everyone in Mapleshade's vengeance is a terrible person, which is what makes it a good story, but Darkstar is particularly awful. And we don't shit talk Darkstar enough, and we should. Number 3, 1 star. Dude, killing Darktale at the last minute was hardly a redemption. It was cool, but not a redemption. Not only did he abandon his wife in the woods where she'd lost at least 2 children because he was too much of a coward to admit to his clanmates he had a kitty pet girlfriend, and let me sidetrack here to mention we don't actually know if Smoke miscarried, or if Darktale's siblings died of starvation because she was hunting alone, or if they were attacked by a predator or something, but we do know that he had at least 2 siblings, and that they died because she had no one to help her, because she wasn't at home with her 2 legs and she wasn't in a clan. But he sent warriors to attack ThunderClan's kits and elders in their camp in the middle of the night too. That's horrible and immoral. What the hell was he thinking? Like, Oakstar was a terrible person. Every decision he made was horrible. Yeah, no, taking out Darktale was not a redemption. One Star sucks, and he can burn. Number 2, Darktale. I love Darktale. He's a fantastic villain. He's so evil and scary. He's like the boogeyman. I think they really crushed it with this guy. Now, you might say he's not a clan cat, so he shouldn't go to the Dark Forest, because like Scourge, he doesn't believe in them, right? But I would say, like, maybe he does. The thing about Darktale is that he learned everything he knew from his mother, who passed on everything she knew about the clans that she learned from One Whisker to him. And One Whisker would have told her everything he could to impress her. And the number one thing we see clan cats boast about to kitty pets is their connection with StarClan. I think that Smoke absolutely would have known about StarClan because One Whisker would have told her. And even if she didn't believe in them, she would have told that to Darktale so that he could use that information to destroy them, like everything else she told them. But what if Darktale did believe in StarClan, but he hated them? What if he wanted to go to the now nearly empty Dark Forest? I want him there because I love this villain and I don't want him to go away yet. Bring back Darktale. Send him to hell so he can come back and be relevant. Number 1, Oakstar. Oakstar is Pinestar's father, the leader of ThunderClan, and he was cruel and violent, and I don't think we give enough credit to the effect he had on the forest. One of the things that ThunderClan did under Oakstar's leadership is raids on Two Lake Place. They would send war parties to descend on kitty pets in their own gardens and attack them, to scare them badly enough that they would be too terrified to enter the woods. He would go into their own gardens and do this. That's their territory! And then when he found out about Mapleshade, listen, Mapleshade did do a bad thing, and I think banishing her was actually justified. I think that, like, he should have let her back in later, but sending her away for letting him believe she had fathered his dead son's kits when the real father was the man who was responsible for his son's death, that's messed up. But his real crime, was in banishing her 3 2-month-old children. Think about this. Because everyone in Mapleshade's vengeance, for some reason, blames Mapleshade for getting her kids killed. They seem to think it's her fault for making them cross the river. But where was she supposed to go? Wind Clan and Shadow Clan would hardly offer a ThunderClan warrior protection, leaving her only 2 options. 1, Two Lake Place, and like I said before, Oakstar led raids on Two Lake Place, and Kitty Pets and ThunderClan were essentially at war. Jake's mother, Crystal, who Pinestar met once as a child, was huge and buff and brave enough to frighten a fox. These were not the gentle kitty pets we see today. They were scared of ThunderClan, and some were willing to fight back. Mapleshade would not have been safe taking 3 babies there, leaving her only one choice. RiverClan, with their father. She had no other options. She knew that. And do you know who else knew that? Oakstar. He also knew it was flood season. He banished them, knowing the only place they could go was RiverClan, knowing it was the middle of the night, that it was flood season, that they had committed no crime. Oakstar knowingly sentenced 3 children to death, and for that he is the number 1 character I think should never be allowed in StarClan. Ugh. Well, I hope you enjoyed that list. It got a little longer than anticipated, but it was really fun to write. Let me know if you enjoy content like this, where I just sort of talk about stuff, and maybe I'll make more, like my top 10 LGBT headcanons, or top 10 weird canon warriors names, or something like that. Discuss in the comments. Catch you later. Nader's out.